Early August in France means one thing: the Great Migration South. City dwellers from Paris, Lyon, and other cities across Europe hitting the roads for their traditional month-long summer escape. We were part of that exodus, driving from Lyon to Provence for what would be an incredible weekend. But while most were heading out for a month of southern sun, we were squeezing all that magic into just 2 days, staying at a hidden gem called Lumadeshoot, a charming bed and breakfast tucked away among working farms near the heart of the French countryside. Friday afternoon was perfect for settling in and discovering what would make this place so special. As the gates open to welcome you in, you immediately sense that behind these gates lies pure relaxation and genuine warmth. What truly sets this place apart is the extraordinary care and incredible value. Hidden away between several working farms, Lumadeshoot offers you a front row seat to the rhythms of rural Provence. You're greeted by the most charming residents: alpacas, with their curious expressions, roosters announcing the day, and ducks paddling peacefully around the property. The grounds are dotted with ancient olive trees and fruit trees bursting with seasonal produce. The rooms are impeccably clean and comfortable, thoughtfully stocked with drinks, and feature locally sourced paraben-free soaps that reflect the genuine care for quality found throughout the property. After settling in with welcome drinks and exploring the grounds, it was time for dinner with local friends and the perfect introduction to Provençal hospitality. Saturday morning began with one of the highlights of staying at Lumadeshoot: breakfast made with care using local ingredients. Nearly every ingredient is either grown right here in the garden or sourced from neighboring farms. Homemade preserves, local cheese, and artisanal bread. It's farm-to-table dining at its most authentic and delicious. During breakfast, Patrice, our wonderful bread and breakfast owner, thoughtfully shared some local recommendations for places to visit around town. It was such a kind gesture and perfectly captured the personal touch that makes this place so special. This proves that you don't need to spend a fortune to have an unforgettable experience in Provence. After breakfast, we set off for one of Provence's most spectacular villages, Les Baux-de-Provence. Perched dramatically on a rocky spur, this medieval village seems to grow right out of the limestone cliffs. As you wind up the narrow roads, the village reveals itself like something from a fairy tale. Les Baux has been continuously inhabited for over 3,000 years, first by Celtic tribes, then Romans, who quarried the precious limestone that gives the village its distinctive appearance. In medieval times, it was one of the most powerful feudal domains in southern France, ruled by the Lords of Baux, who claimed to be the descendant from one of the three wise men. The village reached its golden age in the 12th and 13th centuries, becoming a renowned center for courtly love and troubadour poetry, attracting artists and nobles from across Europe. Every corner tells a story. The stone buildings, some dating back to the Middle Ages, house some charming galleries, local artisan shops, and cafes where you can pause and soak in centuries of history. The views from Les Baux are absolutely breathtaking. You can see across the entire Provence countryside, with its patchwork of vineyards, olive groves, and that distinctive golden light that has inspired artists for generations. And what better way to savor these incredible views than with lunch at one of the village's charming restaurants? Dining on a terrace overlooking the valley below with the wind-carved limestones as your backdrop. It's the kind of lunch that stays with you forever. Simple, fresh, Provençal cuisine paired with its views that stretch to the horizon. The afternoon was perfect for some pool time, floating in crystal clear water while alpaca graze nearby, and the sounds of the countryside create the most peaceful soundtrack imaginable. This is what Provence is really about, those unhurried moments where you can truly disconnect and appreciate the simple pleasures of life. After our relaxing afternoon by the pool, Saturday evening brought one of those spontaneous moments that make travel so special. Several guests had brought their dogs, and what started as a casual evening stroll turned into an impromptu dog park right here on the farm. Lots of dogs, all sizes, playing together, with alpacas watching curiously from their field, creating the most charming audience you can imagine. As evening approached, we headed to St-Rémy de Provence for dinner. This charming town, famous for being where Van Gogh created some of his most celebrated works, is a completely different energy from Les Baux. Where Les Baux feels ancient and dramatic, St-Rémy feels alive and vibrant. The tree-lined boulevards, bustling cafe terraces, and that unmistakable provincial joie de vivre. Dinner was at a local bistro where the menu celebrated everything we experienced that day: local produce, regional wines, and that French art of turning a meal into a celebration. In just 2 days, we've experienced the dramatic history of Les Baux, the artistic soul of St-Rémy, and the authentic farm life that connects you directly to the land and its rhythms. But most importantly, we experienced the kind of personal attention that reminds you why travel is so transformative. As the gates close behind us on Sunday morning, we carry with us not just memories of a perfect weekend, but the warmth of true provincial hospitality. Sometimes the most perfect getaways aren't measured in weeks, but in moments that stay with you for long after the traffic clears.